It's every surgery aspirant's dream to pursue MS General Surgery in Delhi government colleges. In colleges like AIMS Delhi, Safdarjung, or Maulana Azad, everyone thinks of that prestige of doing surgery in these colleges, the experience they're going to gain, the variety of cases they're going to operate on, and the exposure they're going to get. But there's something no one tells you what's the reality behind these colleges. I'm definitely sure you must have watched this reel on Instagram, which is pretty much very viral nowadays.
मैं दिल्ली के सफदरजंग हॉस्पिटल में आ रखी हूँ, दिल्ली के टॉप दूसरे नंबर पे आने वाला हॉस्पिटल, जहाँ पे मैं अपनी मम्मी को लेके 4 दिन से आ रखी हूँ और यहाँ पे हाल इतना बेकार है.
A young girl who is making a video that her patient is lying on the floor and there is two patients on each bed. Is it doctor's mistake or is it something else? Now let me tell you the reality of these colleges, and I'll let you decide whether you want to choose these colleges for your MS General Surgery or not. Hi, I'm Dr. Adarsh and I have done my MS General Surgery from Safdarjung Hospital, New Delhi, one of the busiest hospital in India. And through this video, I'm going to share my journey and my experiences during these 3 years of my residency days. And after which, I want you to decide whether you want to choose Delhi for your MS General Surgery or you want to choose any other college. So here we go. Now the first question is, why do students want to choose Delhi for their MS General Surgery? It's because it's the capital city and Delhi colleges have the maximum caseload. They have the varieties which you can't see in any peripheral colleges, and also the name, fame and prestige you're going to get when compared to someone who's doing from a peripheral college. So with this expectation, you take admission in these colleges, but the reality is you will be working twice as more than what your friends will be working in the peripheral colleges, because the workload and chaos is so much that even after having so many residents, you'll still feel that shortage of manpower, because the patients from surrounding states like UP, Bihar, Haryana, and even from the Delhi itself, they come with the hope of getting treatment from AIMS Delhi. But since AIMS Delhi is already overpopulated, it's already overloaded, and AIMS Delhi is the only hospital in India which can refuse to treat patients. So it can select its patients and it can refer the patients to any peripheral hospitals. And Safdarjung is right opposite to AIMS Delhi. So what it does, AIMS refers its patients to Safdarjung. There are even patients coming from far south, from Kerala, from Andhra Pradesh, from Tamil Nadu, with the hope of getting treatment in AIMS, but end up in our casualty and end up getting treatment in Safdarjung Hospital. So this is the reality, and Safdarjung would be the last stop for the patient. He'll be referred from the smallest of centers to higher center, and finally he ends up at our hospital. And to tell you, Safdarjung is the final destination for these patients. And we don't have the option of refusing the patient. We have to admit them. Even though we don't have beds, we don't have any option. We have to admit them. Humanitarian basis. Because by the time he reaches Safdarjung, he would be in his terminal state. And we would have left with no option other than admitting the patient and taking care of him. And the ERs, I just can't tell you about the ERs. It will be loaded with trauma cases. We have the AIMS trauma center right next to our building. But since AIMS is already overloaded, it can't take so much of patients. We don't have any options like that. We can't refer the patient which has come to Safdarjung because there is no higher center than this. We are the apex center. AIMS and Safdarjung are the apex center in Delhi. So where are we going to refer to them? We don't have any option other than admitting them, and we don't have beds. So what other option do we have than doubling the patients until one of them gets discharged, or temporarily until we make few arrangements in some other ward? And the doctor is blamed for all this, not the government. Now the patients see that everything is a responsibility of a doctor, allotting them bed, making the treatment, doing the surgery, shifting the patient. They see doctor as sole responsibility for everything. But what are we supposed to do? We are just residents. We are just employees in this hospital. So people on social media start blaming the doctors. The doctors are not responsible. Doctors are not treating the patient. But they don't know the reality that we are the frontline workers there. We cannot refuse any patient like AIMS can do. If a patient needs admission from the ER, we admit him directly. We think about the beds later, but if we don't have beds, then that's the last option left, right? We have to accommodate two patients on a single bed. It's not like every day is the same. Sometimes the ER is heavy, sometimes the ER goes chill, but when it's overloaded, we have to accommodate all the patients, right? So temporarily we adjust them on a single bed. We adjust two patients on a single bed, until we make alternate arrangements, or until the nursing staff makes alternate arrangements. So for the aspirants who want to choose Delhi government colleges as the MS General Surgery, please keep this in mind, that you need to make up a mindset to have this hectic duty for all your 3 years. So not just the doctor duties, you are also supposed to manage this chaos, patient relatives chaos, the hospital scenario chaos. Sometimes you will run out of the instrument, sometimes you'll run out of all the surgery supplies, but still you're anyhow supposed to manage. So you need to mentally prepare yourself to endlessly work and be ready to do a 36-hour shift during your emergency days. And not just 36, it can extend up to 84 hours during your double emergency week. There are 6 units in Safdarjung, and every sixth Sunday will be your double emergency, and you will have your regular emergency days one day in a week. And if that double emergency of yours goes really hectic, then be ready, even do 72 hours of duty. It's not just about the workload and chaos. Let me tell you what you will develop. See, you're going to see endless of cases, right? You're going to see hundreds of cases, and the things you learn in these hospitals and what you see in a week, others may not even see in their months or in their entire career. In your emergency, you're going to see hundreds of trauma cases, and you'll at least perform 2 to 3 laparotomies daily. And in the peripheral colleges, they may not even have done a single laparotomy in their entire month. So you're going to see hundreds of cases, you're going to assist in hundreds of cases, and slowly you will start performing these surgeries independently. And the confidence level and the skill level which you will develop in these hospitals in these 3 years, I don't think any resident from a peripheral colleges would have experienced that. So your decision making skills will improve, your surgical skills will improve, and your mindset will improve. You will be able to work under pressure, you will be able to work under chaos, which I think no other peripheral colleges resident would be able to handle. So you learn to prioritize what cases to see first. You learn to prioritize what to operate, what not to operate, and you'll also master the skill of basic surgeries. But be ready to even sacrifice a lot of things. You'll be sacrificing your sleep, your personal life, even food sometimes, and it'll also take a toll on your mental health. You'll be working relentlessly without any appreciation. You may be doing everything good, but if you make a single mistake, if you make a tiny mistake, you'll be blamed for that, and you won't be appreciated for all the good things you've done. So you have to be ready for that, and you have to even bear the toxicity of your seniors. And the most important thing is you need to have a strong bond with your co-PGs or co-workers and your juniors and seniors. And if you're not well prepared beforehand, you will end up leaving the course midway, because the dropout rates in Delhi colleges are maximum, and it's the highest for surgery. Why? This is why. Because of the endless chaos, the never ending duties, and your physical and mental health. But it's equally rewarding as well. Let me share a case scenario which had happened when I was a first year PG. There was a patient who had developed breast abscess, and she was taking a treatment at a local hospital. She was a lactating woman, and the breast abscess, due to improper treatment, developed into a breast NSTI, that is a necrotizing soft tissue infection. And she was referred to a higher center where the doctors had advised radical debridement and mastectomy for that patient. But since they didn't have a specialist surgeon, they had referred her to Safdarjung. And we were in the ER. We received the patient, and when we saw the condition, it was really bad. The breast was all necrosed, and even we had thought of doing a mastectomy first. But with the team decision, we decided to give a trial. So we just did the debridement, and we inserted a drain in that, and we started her on highest antibiotics. And after a few days, the breast started responding, and the infection started subsiding, and the patient started recovering. And I was the person in charge of the female ward, and I used to go and do the dressing and debridement daily, 2 times, morning and evening. And slowly the breast started developing granulation tissue, and after a couple of weeks, this is how the breast had improved. Then later we referred her to plastic surgery, and she got the split skin grafting done, and later the breast skin also became normal, and she went back home happily. So this was a case when I was in first year. So it's the cases like these which make you feel you're powerful, that your hands can save a life or save a limb. And there are hundreds of instances like these which have happened. We have received patients who were almost on the brink of death, and we have saved their life, and they have gone home walking. And every time they come to follow up in the OPD, they, look us with this divine feeling that you are a savior. We are alive just because of you. So that little moment of pride and joy, and the satisfaction of saving a patient's life, you'll forget every other chaos you have been through, or you'll even forget whatever you have sacrificed, your sleep, your food. Everything takes a backseat at that time. So it's a sincere advice for all the future aspirants out there who want to join Safdarjung Hospital or any government colleges in Delhi as a surgery resident. See, you have to be mentally prepared to go through all this grind, and you have to have the mindset of learning constantly. And if you are choosing this for prestige or for money, you will end up in a wrong place. Only and only choose this if you love the grind and if you love to constantly upgrade yourself. And if being in an OT makes you feel happy, then this is the branch for you guys. But if you prioritize your personal life, if you want to have a good work life balance, then don't choose surgery. Because just by doing MS general surgery, it's not that you have become a surgeon. It's just the first step of being a surgeon. You'll at least have 8 to 10 more years of grind to be a good surgeon. If you want to choose surgery in any other colleges, any peripheral colleges or any state colleges, I have already made a video regarding the reality of surgery. Go and watch that and decide for yourself if you want to choose surgery. And if you are dreaming of being a surgeon and want to choose Delhi colleges, remember these central institute colleges are going to break you, but they'll also prepare you to be a better surgeon compared to the rest of others. And that's the beauty of the surgery colleges in Delhi. So that's it for today's video. I hope this video has given you some insights regarding the reality of a surgery resident in Delhi colleges. Please share this video to someone you know who is also an aspiring surgeon, and don't forget to subscribe because a lot of interesting videos are on its way. Thank you so much for watching.